right. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back. I'm Afnan from Blue Cubit Consulting, and in our previous session, we explored the hidden cost of unmanaged productivity. So today, we take the next step, moving from visibility to actionable intelligence using ActivTrak. By the end of this session, we will see how workforce data, productivity behavior, and technology usage can directly support smarter decisions and stronger performance outcomes. Today, we will walk through a structured journey. We start with workforce visibility in real time, then move into individual productivity analysis. After that, we will explore technology and AI usage, followed by category-level insights. Finally, we will bring everything together through executive summaries and show how organizations can adjust technology usage and decision-making based on these insights. In our last webinar, we highlighted a key issue. Lack of visibility leads to poor assumptions. So today, we remove those assumptions by using real-time and behavioral data to understand how work is actually happening. So you can think of this journey in 3 steps. Visibility shows what is happening. Analysis explains why. And action is where real business impact happens. Throughout today's session, I will connect each dashboard to real-world scenarios, showing not just what the data looks like, but how it actually solves everyday challenges organizations face. Also, keep in mind that all these insights and controls are fully customizable to align with your organization policies, structure, and goals. Well, now we will begin with workforce management, and this gives leaders a real-time understanding how teams are distributed, how active employees are, and where time is being spent during the workday. For example, if a manager notices a team showing low activity during core working hours, they can immediately investigate whether it's a workload issue, maybe system issue, or a scheduling gap. And importantly, what is considered active or idle time can definitely customize based on your organization policies. So let's jump over to the live demo and see what exactly I am talking about. Hopefully now you are able to see the dashboard. Here is the first dashboard. Any employee login at ActivTrak can show his activity. So from the menu, we go to the workforce management, then move to the real-time visibility. What exactly this dashboard display? From the filter section, we will see the filter, so we can basically select a specific users or team. Here, I'm select a specific team, so you can see more than one example. So let's take a look for each of these and what exactly mean. From the first card, I call it card. So we have a circle, and this circle show if it's a blue, if the employee is active or not active. And here we can see the name of the employee. And the same for Muhammad, we can see he is, by the way, he's active as passive. So passive means something else, but I will telling you about that in the next dashboard. And here is the name of the employee as well. If we just move a little bit lower, we will see the URL for the application or website on the real time. So it's what exactly the employee work in right now. Amazing, right? So in my case, I am now in ActivTrak. That's why we are showing. And then we see a 100% productive, which in a green color. And this is not always showing that 100%. Sometimes, in some cases, it will be less than 100. Why and how, we'll explain that in the next dashboard as well. And the next, we will see the time, hours, which is include passive, and I will explain about passive time next dashboard. This time is the whole time the employee spent so far today. So it's about the session of the duration today. Moving to the next, which is reflect the top category. The top category section, which is reflect the most time the employees spend during day on the specific application. So what exactly this application we can see on the top activity. Here we can see the top activity this employee spent so far. And if we click on this small circle, we can see more information about the time and the name of the application and website so far the employee is working on. Let's see. The same for Muhammad. We see the top category is AI tools and assistance, and he spent 1 hour 0.6. And for him, the top activity is ChatGPT. If we would like to know more about where exactly he spent the time, we can just click on the circle and see where exactly he was working on. So this view allows manager to see live activity across teams. It helps identify engagement level immediately and ensure operations are running smoothly without delays or blind spots. Okay, so if we would like to know more about the categories, what exactly 100 productive means, we will jump over to the productivity by user. All right, so basically here we shift from teams to individuals. This view helps understand how each employee is spending their time and whether their work patterns align with expectation. For instance, if an employee shows high unproductive time, this doesn't immediately mean poor performance. It could indicate unclear priorities or maybe inefficient tools. This is where manager can step in with support, not assumption. And again, productivity classification can be customized depending on your business function or role. Let's exactly explain what exactly this dashboard helps. We can see here the filter section, which is we can see that by the group or by the users. Users mean the employee. And we will go with users because it's more details, and we can select summary, or with more details, we will go with summary. And from this section, we basically can choose the preset range, which is you can select any of this option or custom a specific date you would like to read the data through. And then we select the specific team or only user. So this is what we can see after that. From this, we can see many sections, so I will explain what exactly each section reflects. First, we will start with the name of the employee, then productivity ratio, which is explain the time by percentage. After that, we have productive active, productive passive, unproductive, undefined, and offline meetings. What exactly these are mean? Let's start with productive active, which is, as we can see, the most of time come over under productive active, which is what we exactly would like to see. Productive active means the employee is working on application and websites that align with her core responsibility and core activity. So any application and websites the employee working on and it's aligned with where he should be work on, it will come in under productive active. Productive passive. Passive time not always means that the employee is not on his system. Sometimes it's just activity, but the type of activity is a little bit different. Definitely, we don't like to see a high productive passive, but in some cases, it's acceptable. What do you mean, Afnan? Okay, let me explain. Productive passive means or include any activity, request, there's no interaction with your PC. For example, if you are reading a report and you are focusing on reading without any keyboard button or any mouse moving, so you don't have any interaction with your PC, right? All, or maybe you are just watching a educational video, or you are in the meeting and don't have no need to show something or explain anything in the meeting, so you are just speaking and listening. In this case, if the some time is spent without any interaction with your PC, ActivTrak after some minutes will count this time under productive passive because you are not on your system. This is how he thinks. All right. So not all productive passive means that the employee is doing nothing on the system. Sometimes the type of tasks he's working on request this type of work. Hopefully makes sense. Unproductive active. Unproductive active means when the employee is working on a specific application or websites, but it's misaligned or not aligned with a core responsibility. Let me give you an example to make it more clear. For example, we have Muhammad, which is cybersecurity analyst. If he's just go ahead during work hours and using Facebook for 10 minutes, this time will come under unproductive active. Why? Because the Facebook or any social media misalign with her core responsibility, right? So in this case, this time not productive for him. So it will not include with the time of productivity. But if we have a marketing employee and he's working on social media company platform like Instagram, Facebook, definitely this time will become under productive active, which is aligned with her core responsibility. Make sense? Hopefully. Undefined. The undefined means when any employee working on a new application and websites that assist them to achieve any tasks, but these application not classified on ActivTrak and under productive or unproductive. And there's where as I mentioned before in the previous dashboard, when it's 100% productive, but sometimes it's less than 100, right? So if the employee is working on a new application or websites, or he's working on unproductive activity, the 100% will be less. Let me show you. So if I'm noticing that this 100% less than 100%, I will easily click on it and we'll jump over to here and can exactly figure out where's the time is come under. So if he's come under undefined as a manager productivity, I will just go ahead and see which kind of application and websites this employee is working on. After investigate if these applications is aligned with her core responsibility, I will just classify it as productive for him. But if it's not aligned, so it will become under unproductive. Makes sense, right? All right, now we will talk a little bit about offline meeting. Offline meeting, it's like his title. It's a meeting, but it's offline. What does that mean? It means that, most of this work we are working on via the PC or laptop. What if we don't have a virtual meeting and we have in-person meeting? In this case, what you can do? ActivTrak didn't track in anything not related to your laptop, right? So in this case, you basically can go ahead to your calendar and select this specific meeting in your calendar as a meeting, and then ActivTrak will track in this as offline meeting. But you have to be on, you have to close your system. So that's why its name is offline, but it's meeting. Make sense? So basically, if you are in personal meeting and you are not in your system, this time will come under offline meeting and it will be counting as productive active. There's some cases where if your employee have unmanaging or unupdating his calendar correctly, maybe offline meeting will show in under offline meeting. So you have to do some coaching or training session to them. So they have to update their calendar, because if they have a virtual meeting, a real virtual meeting in their calendar, and they are taking a day off, or maybe they have they are not on their system, but they have a meeting schedule. So ActivTrak will also track in this time. So you have to be updating your calendar or decline this before you close in your system. Not all offline meetings sometimes come under the meeting. So you have to do some investigate here as well. So that's all about this section. Let's jump over to the next section, which is reflect up, giving you more details. For example, if you click on the name, you will see more details here. Let's see, it's reflect the name of the employee, the total usage time so far, and we will see the line time, and this line will tell you a lot of things. As the manager, you can know exactly where this employee is spending his time and figure out the pattern of this employee. For example, you can see the day, date, and when he start working and when he take a break, or you can do to know what exactly this blank, white blank reflect. So the green line here is reflect the activity that he was working on, and she's definitely gonna be a productive because the color is green. Sometimes is he working on unproductive active, it will be in purple, and if these are undefined, it will reflect on the dark gray as it's shown in here. So this color is like a sign. So how it's gonna be help? Basically, if you are just have using your mouse without click, just cross on this line, you can exactly figure out where he spent the time by 5 minutes. Each 5 minutes, it will reflect exactly if it's productive or not from time to time, and then the longest of activity as well. So he was working on security Kara and then ChatGPT, and you can see it by an order as a magic. Can see? So you can exactly figure out where your employees are spending their time. And you can figure out where they start, when they are clock out, and other things. So this helps identify strong performers, employees needing support, and workload imbalance. The goal is not monitoring here. We need to focus on that. It's enabling fair and informed management decision. All right. Let's make the picture more clear and jump over to the technology and AI usage from the menu, and then move to the category usage, which I also mentioned that in the real-time visibility dashboard, and I show you the top category for each employee. So here we can more understand what exactly category means. So a practical example, if you would be identifying whether employees are actually adopting AI tools like ChatGPT or similar platforms to improve efficiency, or maybe if there's a resistance or underutilization. So organizations can then decide whether to provide training or adjust access, all based on real data. These tool categories are also fully customizable to match your internal technology stack. So what exactly this dashboard display? Basically, we have also the filter section, so you can decide if you would like to show it with summary or more details to figure out that exactly this time what exactly mean. Also, you can select or preset any of these optional or custom a specific date, and then you can decide any user or maybe team. After that, you will see a category section, the duration time, and the percentage as well. So this is the first section. So these are the category, and as I mentioned before, you can customize that based on your organization. Here we can see for this team, which is Afnan and Muhammad, they are on the top category for them, in-house tools, and we here can figure out how much time they spend on this category. All right, so you would like to know what exactly in-house tools mean. So you can click here, like, it's a changing. So click here and see the next section. Here we can see the name of the category and see the exactly activities they are working on. So here we can see the title of the application and websites come under the in-house tools and the duration they are spent on. And if we select in the user, we can see how much time each the users spend on this category. Wow. You can see everything, right? Amazing. So we can see here AI tools and assistant and know where exactly they are, spend their time, which kind of AI tools they need, or maybe they need some training to work more on, and which or even the duration, how much time they are using these tools. Wow. So as we can see, this view categorizes all activities into meaningful groups. It helps identify how much time is spent on productive work categories versus distractions or natural activities. For example, if a team is spending a large portion of time on non-work related categories, so leadership can investigate whether it's due to disengagement, maybe downtime, or unclear workflows, instead of making assumptions. So these categories can be tailored to reflect what productivity means in your specific organization and applied it in your team. All right. So let's jump over to make the picture complete. From the menu, we will move on to the executive summaries and then go to the technology utilization. And here we are. This is where everything comes together. Executives don't need raw data, they need summaries. So this dashboard provides a clear snapshot of productivity and health across the organization. Let's see what exactly this dashboard display. For sure, we have also here the filter section. We can select any preset. You can just choose any of these or custom a specific date as you like. And here we can select a specific team or specific user. So I will definitely show you my data, and then we will have two sections in this dashboard. The first one will reflect the category allocation percentage. What does that mean? We can figure out for this employee what is the top category. So we can see in-house tools taking the lead for me, and I spent 39.6% of my time for the last 7 days on these application or websites. And then we see AI tools come over and productive and time tracking, which is ActivTrak, and then meeting software. So you can easily figure out which circle or the type of work I am adopt and my pattern. And also, if you would like to know what exactly the top application or websites for me, you can just see that from this section and know exactly percentage, how much time I spend here. So the top for me is Google Docs, ActivTrak, Google Slide, ChatGPT, Google Meet, Canva. So you can, if you know, definitely you will be able to know based on this employee role or connection, if these align with her core responsibility or not. So definitely let's show you for Muhammad how it's going to be look like. So basically, I select the name of the employee, doing refresh, and here we are. the top for him, in-house tools. We see the security and AI tools and meeting. And here we can figure out where exactly he spent his time and what is the top application or website he usually uses via the 7 days ago. Wow. So here we focus on what? On action. If tools are underutilized or misaligned, so organizations can adjust training, access, or workflows to improve efficiency and return on investment. And practice. In practice, this helps organizations identify tools they are paying for but not fully using. For example, if a licensed software shows very low usage across teams, so leadership can decide whether to provide training, maybe resign license, or eliminate unnecessary costs. All of these insights definitely can be aligned with your organization operational and financial policies. So as we can see, now the picture is completed. Here we conclude the live demo. So now let me switch back to the slides and highlight the key insights from what we've just demonstrated. So, well, as we can see, this is where insight becomes strategy. And whether it's redistributing workload, improving focus time, or refining tool using. Every decision is backed by data. This is where everything comes together. Throughout this webinar, we moved step by step from workforce visibility to productivity analysis, and then to technology and AI usage insights. So what it's important to remember is that we are no longer working with assumptions or estimations. We are now working with actual behavioral data showing us what is truly happening across teams, tools, and workflows. So, instead of just asking, what do we think is happening, we are now able to answer what is actually happening, why is it happening, and what should we do about it? So this is the shift from assumption-based management to data-driven decision-making, where every action is supported by real insight rather than guesswork. And what makes this powerful is that every insight we've seen today is not generic, it's adaptable. Each organization can define what productivity means, what tools matter, and how data should be interpreted. So ultimately, this is not just about tracking activity. It's about building a system that reflects your organization's reality and supports better, more information decision. Well, to sum up, visibility gives clarity, AI and analytics improving understanding, and action creates real impact. Now, I would love to hear from you. What insights would be most valuable in your organization? Think about it. All right. Anyone has any questions, concern? All right. Thank you all for your time and joining today, and you are welcome to join the next webinar. So in this session, we explore how workforce visibility and productivity dashboard can be transformed into actionable insights that support better decision making. In our next webinar, we will go deeper into advanced workforce insights and focusing on how employees actually work, including personal productivity patterns, focus time, collaboration behavior, and workload utilization. So this will help us move beyond dashboard and into understanding the why behind the data, enabling even more precise and meaningful decisions. You can definitely also register for a private consultation or live demo to see how it's worked for your team. So we look forward to seeing you in the next session. And before we close, I would like to invite you to join our upcoming cybersecurity webinar, which will be presented in Ordo. If cybersecurity is relevant to your role or organization, we would be delighted to have you join us for that session as well. Thank you.